And you guys need to get your ears checked. Because then brought it home, we never used it. Which a 4-way valve, which really with camping, you know, especially with a group set, or you know, like a big campground setting like this, you really only need a 2-way at most, because there's times that you have to share your like water supply that you hook your camper up to with another camper. I mean, there's times you'll get, you know, like right here in 46, you're on your own, so you don't need it. So because there's 2 sides to each like water hookup. And you know, like I said, there is times that you have to share with somebody else. But a lot of the time it's you know, just you. You know, like where this RV is and 67, they share water because of, you know, where the site right here where the RV is, you know, right by the walking trail. You know, so you don't have room to put a water hookup. So then that, you know, set up like that, or you know, in another way, however. Is where you'd have, you know, or if they would put like 2 hookups, you know, 1 water supply to 2 hookups to 1, you know, 2 sites, you know, then that's where, you know, unlike where, you know, some sites have their own water hookups and it's all to you, and then there's some that you have to share with others, you know, that's, you know, one you have to share with the others is where you want the Y. You know, like at home, you know, we got 2 water spigots at home, 1 in the backyard, 1 up front, and only the backyard one is the one that's working right now. You know, and like, let's say we had a hose for just up front, So then we'd run the hose from the up front to the backyard, you know, hook that up to the Y there, you know, and have a hose just for, you know, like let's say washing the patio, or you know, just, you know, a small hose for just on the patio, let's say, and then an irrigation system up for the flower bed behind the house, and then we'd have, you know, a hose for, like, let's say spraying for mosquitoes and using a water hose somewhere else in the backyard. So then we'd have that one open spot, you know, then bam. But we only have the one hose right now, so you know, we only have the one hose right now, so that's kind of, you know, the one purpose fits all, I guess. You know, whether we can use it, or whether we use it in the backyard for spraying for mosquitoes, or using it up front, because, you know, like I said, the hose hookup up front don't work. We got water going to it, but the handle don't do nothing. You know, the handle doesn't spin the valve open. So you know, the valve where the hose hooks up is junk. You know, so the valve that's on the outside of the house is junk. You know, where the hose hooks up to the house. So we got to kill the water to the house. To cut the pipe for the hose up front. Probably a farm kitty. So we haven't done that yet because we've been so busy, you know, especially with you know, now that camping's here, we had to get that ready, and the camper, and hold that thought.